Is anybody there? Anybody there? Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello. Anybody there? Anybody there? Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Nobody's here? I'll clock off and go to bed. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hi, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. I just woke up. I took like a 20-minute nap. How is everybody? Can everybody hear me? Hello, Caitlin. Hi. Caddy. Kung Fu Panda. Hey, Shelly. Hello, Allie. Congrats, you're out of the hospital. Chris, bad girl. Thank you. Thank you. Celebrity Juicer. Hey, everybody. How is everybody today? Thank you. Thank you very much. You guys hear me okay? Yes? No? Can you hear me all right? Bridget, Chris. Good, good, good. So you guys can hear me? Great, great, great. I got to turn up the air. Can you guys, let me just turn up the air because I'm really dying here. So hang on. Hi. Milo. Dying, Milo, dying. Dying, Milo. I'm not dying, Mice. Woo! I'm dying, Milo. It's 1,000,000 degrees out here, huh, Milo? I'll be right there, guys. I'll be right there. Milo, here. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Hello. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. Milo, enough. What are you barking about? Pauline, Kung Fu Panda, DJ. I did. I got my shots in the neck. I got 2. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here and celebrating my dad's birthday. So I think he would have been like 90. I think he would be 90 today. He died 3 months before Jennifer. He died in June of 2021 of yeah, only 2 shots. He died of COVID. Your dad's not around though, huh, Holly? My dad's not around either, obviously. But my dad was younger than your dad. Yeah. It's too bad. But my dad traveled all the time, so he got to do that. My dad was pretty inventive, you know. I mean, besides, you know, you guys know that, you know, I was in the witness protection program because of my dad. My dad was a criminal, but my dad was very good. He was a pretty good dad, I gotta say. He used to go to he went to he was an amateur magician, and I remember in kindergarten he came dressed as a clown, and he did magic, and so that was really cool. You just got to spend the weekend with your 97-year-old dad. God bless his right. Yeah, it is tough. It's tough losing a parent. And he could be strict. He didn't really bullshit my dad. I think a lot of people, my friend, one of my best friends, he used to think my dad was a mafia man. A lot of people thought my dad was a mafia guy, but he wasn't. You know, and he also built a submarine, no shit, made out of cardboard boxes that fit me and my two older siblings in it when we were kids, and it had one of the periscopes that worked. From True Crime Community, Toddie, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Do you guys like what I'm doing with the channel? Like, I've just been having some fun with it lately. And I got to tell you, somebody turned me on to a channel. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. Somebody turned me on to a channel called Out of Context. So you guys should check that channel out. She did something on Kate. Remember Kate that had adoptive Kate? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you guys love the channel. Thank you. I just found this channel too. Yeah, somebody just sent me that link and I was watching that. I might do a video on adoptive Kate from that channel. There's a few stuff on that channel that was good. My dad was a good-looking guy, wasn't he? He was a good-looking man. My dad had polio as a kid. You would never know, except he used to creak. When he walked, his knee would creak. So we would hear him coming. That would be our warning, and we'd have to stop if we were doing something bad, you know? Oh, God, I did. I just woke up. I took like a 20-minute nap. And Danny's out here. Danny's like laying beside me eating, what are those, yak chews? Does anybody know what a yak chew is? Yeah, my mom's still with us, thank God. But remember when my mom, I told her about this. She's probably sleeping though. I'm sorry. But my mom, remember my mom was supposed to watch the sentencing with us, and we were all like, I told my mom, everybody was saying hello. My mom unfortunately fell that day. And the paramedics had to come. She wasn't anything serious, but she wasn't able to watch it. She said she'll try to watch tonight, but I don't think so. But hi, Mom, if you're there, I love you. So, no, what is it? Pauline V, what's what? What? I do medical marijuana for back pain. I do legal marijuana for anything, but it doesn't help with pain. It actually, no, why are you blocked? Why do you think you're blocked, Denise? Hey, Donald, falls are tough. Yes. Mom, if you're here, people are saying hi. I don't think she is. I think she's sleeping, snoring away. Yeah, well, my mom fell really hard a couple months ago and just dislocated her shoulder. So that sucks. You know, that just really sucks. My mom was always on the go, 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 and now, you know, she ain't good. Danny's doing all right. She has to have that second treatment, which is supposed to be worse, but I'm having something done that week for me too. So I'm going to be home the whole week taking care of her. She's going to take care of me, and Milo is going to take care of both of us. They got a new bed. Milo's laying in his new bed. I have so many dog beds. I have 2 dogs, but I have like 20 dog beds. Not that many, but I bet you there's 4. There's 7 or 8 of them. Yeah, it wasn't. They really weren't trigger shots. They were those I don't know how to pronounce it, nerve things. So, not enough today. Yeah, painkillers and medicine and marijuana might not be too good. I'm not trying to yawn. I'm really not, but I did just wake up to the alarm. I'm serious. I'm so sorry. Do those work for you, Allie? What trigger shots? Doesn't sound fun. It's not fun. I just saw the needle for the first time. It was pretty big. Happy birthday to my dad. So, guys, what's going on? Do you want to talk about anything besides my dad? Do you guys want to talk about anything? I'm trying to see if I can see anything. Do you have to work tonight? Yes, I do. I do. I'm so sorry about yawning. Do not mean that. I don't mean anything by it. They haven't let me see the needle. Well, he was just talking to me when I saw the needle, and um, I said to him, wow, it's the first time I've seen that needle. So my dad, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. My dad was very hard, but you know, he didn't want to hear excuses. He was very straightforward, and he used to be he because this is true. He used to be a pretty good artist. Like there was some artwork and stuff, and he was very talented at that. And I don't know why he stopped. As he got older and he retired and stuff, like I remember I got him an art set, but I just don't think he had that passion again. I remember, and I think I told you this story when he taught me like how to drive a stick shift, and he taught me how to drive a stick shift. I was following him in an automatic car. He was driving the stick shift. He took me to like a high school in Colorado, and he said, "Do you remember how to get home?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Okay, well, when you feel comfortable, drive the car home. Until then, learn how to drive." And he showed me how to do it, and he told me how to do it. And then he says, "Okay, you got it. See you at home." And that was it. That was before like GPS and all that, before phones and stuff like that. So that was funny. Safe enough to sleep. What do you mean? I feel good. I hope I don't go to sleep tonight at work. My dad told my brother before he died that I was a good person. He said, "Your sister's a good person." And I remember saying, all I want is just to be a good person. So my brother told me that. My brother said, for dad to say that you're a good person. Yeah. So that, and he always say, "What are you working on? What are you writing? What are you writing? What are you working on?" It's my daughter, the writer. And then he'd say what I do for a living. But and he read my writing. I have to say that, he was my fan. He was a fan. And he got to see me on stage through a video. So I think that he was just really proud that I wasn't afraid to follow my dreams and just do things. Thank you, PJ Lee. My phone and can't figure out this laptop. So I'm going to listen. Well, I made out what you said, honey bun. I made out what you said. How is everybody doing besides me with the trigger shots? Well, they're really not the trigger shots. The other thing, which I think is better. Right? Roses. Pin a rose on your nose. So, guys, what else? Did he have a good sense of humor? Yes. My dad he was very dry. He had a very dry sense of humor, very witty. He was very witty and very intelligent. So, yes, he did. My dad also got his master's degree in business, which he didn't have to do. He already owned his company and stuff like that. Who's your dad? My dad was Hungarian. He was Hungarian. He's only first generation United States. I'm only second generation United States. I bought those yak chews for my dogs. Does anybody know? I think so too. Dry humor. Hi, Kathy, Hannah. How are you? Carms, Zen 1111, Tarot. Very cool. Does anybody know those yak chews? I'm Hungarian. I'm third generation. See, I'm second generation United States. Hungarian and Romanian. My mom's side is more Romanian. My dad's side, Hungarian. My grandpa was Romanian. My grandmother, I think, was Hungarian, and then my dad's parents were Hungarian. Holly Jolly saying hello, everybody, with her little unicorn and pretty things. How do I make these little avatars? How do I make special little avatars? I see other channels have them. How do I do? Does anybody know? I don't know how to do any of this stuff. Nothing. I know how to do nothing. Guys, you know what trial I'm looking forward to? I'm looking forward to the Boone trial. Sarah Boone out in the boondocks. Somebody wanted me to do a story about the guy that left his kid in the car. Do you know that story? The guy left his kid in the car and the child died. He was playing fucking video games. Did you hear about that? I heard he left his kid in the car like 59 times. Like, come on. Fuck. And I'm glad I make you laugh. I'm so glad. Sarah Boone. Yeah. Didn't his wife warn him to? Yeah, I think his wife's a nurse, right? Bad girl. I think his wife's a nurse, yeah? Apollonia. Yeah, right, Shelly? No shit. I heard about it, and then somebody sent me something, said, can you cover this, or would you? Yeah. My favorite Sarah, yes, you can make it. Boone trial will be ridiculous. But she's so, they put like these shock cuffs on her. Do you guys like what I'm doing with the Wade Wilson? Do you like that? Because he's made a few more. He's gotten a few more phone calls. He's made a few more phone calls. Oh, she's a doctor, is she? I haven't heard that yet. I'm telling you, I was listening to Out of Context, and I recommend that channel. Wade Wilson let's get something straight with Wade Wilson. So he got beat up pretty bad. Not this time when he was incarcerated, but a time before, because he was part of a gang. And that gang isn't LGBTQ friendly at all. Danny's on the bed. And Milo's used to sharing the bed with his sister. But I don't think he wants to share with Danny. Go lay with your sister, Milo, go lay with Danny. You can lay with Danny. Yeah, he's just looking at me. So I could do that call. I thought there were two guys. Two guys called him. Anyway, he got the shit beat out of him because he was doing it with another guy, which I don't have any problem with. But he was Shaker's sister. He was doing it with a guy before any of this, before this incarceration. He was part of a gang. He got caught in bed with a guy in prison or in jail. And they beat the shit out of him. So I don't know. Maybe he's just bisexual. So and he doesn't like he doesn't beat up men. Like he's not good with men. So after the way he was talking to his dad and how much he just didn't give a shit and didn't care that he got that woman's name wrong, like how disrespectful, I don't really care what happens to that guy. Like I said, I'll push the switch. Is there a woman in jail? First men being gay. Listen, I worked in the jails, and there were a lot of straight people that got with the same sex because they didn't have any choice. And they said the behind of somebody is the behind of somebody, and they can use their imagination for anything else. That's just the truth. That's what I was told by a very straight, heterosexual, African-American male that was doing time in jail. So gay for the stay, gay for the convenience. Thanks, guys. Hello, Catherine B. Wow, guys, thank you so much. There's 82 of you guys. Thank you so much. Can you guys put a thumbs up for me, please? I'm stealing that word now. What word are you stealing? Narcopath? Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. I really do. I appreciate you guys. I thought it was more legend than real. As far as Wade Wilson, he just wants to be. He seriously just wants to be famous for what he did. And yeah, it was a heinous crime, and those two families will never be the same, and the friends of those families and will never be the same. But there are people that have committed more heinous acts than that. You know, and I just don't like the fact that they get into the jail and they make it like a hotel suite, because you can get used to anything. We can adopt to anything. We can adapt to anything. And he can. And if he keeps going the way he's going and people keep giving him shit, then is he really suffering? Yeah, so he can't drive his little Hellcat that he couldn't drive anyway because he can't drive a stick. I could drive a stick, my friend. And I got news for you. If I wanted to claim half of a car, I'd learn how to drive it first. Idiot gets in a car and says, "Can you drive it?" Some strange guy. "Can you drive the car?" Because I can't drive the car. And then he leaves the car. He doesn't even know where he left the car in the area that he was at. You know that, right? The car runs out of gas. He leaves the car. He doesn't know where the car is. And he supposedly, what does he say? That this girl, the one that he unalived, no, she loaned me the car so I can go look for the car, even though I didn't know where the car was. I don't know what I was going to do after I found the car because I'm one person in one car. I mean, come on. His stories were so, he lied. Mary Beth, how you doing? How you doing? Shelly Menz, how you doing? Seriously, yes. Holly Jolly. People are saying hello to Holly Jolly. Happens to me all the time. I can't find the emojis. Try to spell them. What I'm looking for. Gifted 10 memberships. Thank you so much, Shaker Sister. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate that. Oh, that's awesome. Have you heard his last call with Mila before she flipped that script on him? Yes, I did hear the phone call with Mila. When he was a baby. I mean, it's like he didn't even know her name. He was so insulting. He talked about punching her and how she took it like George Foreman and Muhammad Ali. It was just crazy. Thank you so much for those 10 memberships, guys. Your support is just so kind all the time, guys. Thank you. I get PayPals, Cash Apps. You guys are really, really kind. Thank you so much. You're changing my life. I mean, which this isn't really what I expected in my life, to be honest. So this was a nice change because, like I was telling my pastor yesterday, who I had coffee with, I did, because I made a commitment that I will at least give 100% attention to God at least an hour a week, and that would be by going to church. And now my pastor is going to be gone for a month, so I'm just going to listen to old sermons because she just is amazing with the stories she tells and stuff like that. So, Holly Jolly, people love your name. Danny's doing good. Danny is right next to me eating one of those yak chews. Those cheese, it's like dog cheese, but it's like really hard. Is anybody? Yeah, she didn't like it at first. She didn't really want it at first, but then Milo started eating it, and then she went and liked Milo's. So I bought two, obviously. So she's just laying here, like I'll try to show you. Well, there's Milo, right, and there's Danny. See Danny eating the chew, and there's Milo. Let me give Milo a bed. Let me get Milo a bed. Hang on. Because I feel bad for him. Milo, here, you want this bed, buddy? You can have this bed. Here you go, buddy. Here you go, Milo. Well, I disrupted everybody. Oh, they're coming back. So Danny got the other chew. Now she has two chews, and Milo has no chews. So hang on. Here, Milo. Well, Milo's got to get one, Danny. You can't have both. These are those shoes. Yak shoes. You ever see those? They are precious, aren't they? I'll take animals over humans any day too. They're great. My little girl, Danny here, she's only been with me since like May. And this is the girl that I lost. This was my girl, Hero. Yeah. Milo is he's going to be 11 on the 16th of this month. Milo. Since I love animals more than most people, is that no? There's nothing wrong with that. I've been cooking bison. I love bison burgers. Oh God, they're my favorite hamburgers are bison burgers, buffalo burgers, but I don't like buffalo steak. And you know what else I found that I really, really like? I like venison jerky. Oh God, yes. And venison salami too. Oh my God, yes. I'm a cat person, but I take care of my mom's side. Hey, this is the first time I haven't had cats. I've had cats. I have. Look at the one behind me. Always had cats. And at some point, when Milo leaves, that's when I'm going to have. I'm going to get Danny a Bengal cat, so that Danny has company when I'm working and stuff like that. But I don't want to get another dog. I think a Bengal cat and Danny will be fine. Hi, Rebecca. How are you? Maddie. Tripping the light, fantastic. Yes, I had a friend take that picture. That was Dylan. The cat behind me was Dylan. He was a Bengal. He was a Bengal cat. In the hospital since the 8th. You guys want to tell me what's going on with Gypsy Rose? Help me catch up. Allie, so much is going on with Gypsy Rose. She has become a beauty influencer. Watch out, Nina. My friend got a Maine Coon. She's huge. Yeah. See, I want to do some traveling. My plans. Let me tell you what my plans are, guys, just so you guys have an idea. So the plan would be when I'm 65, which would be about 3.5 more. Well, a little over 3.5 more years. I would like to retire. I would like to get something like a little larger than a Sprinter van, maybe like a 3/4 bus or something like that. And I'd like to travel with whatever pets I have. And I just want a little tiny house here in New York that, if I have to be stationary, then I have a place here to be stationary. That's what I would like to do. And, I'd like to go and hopefully be able to go to the cases and the trials and the sentencing and the stuff like that in like the 3/4 Sprinter van or whatever. And then the pets would be able to be inside of the van with the air conditioning on because everything would be solar and stuff. And I'd be able to go and do things and report on like cases like where they occurred and stuff like that. That's what I see for in my future. That's what I would like to do in my future. It's terrible losing pets. Horrible. You guys, you were with me when I lost Hero. Hero was amazing. What an amazing dog. She was just friggin' amazing. She helped me raise Milo. She actually raised Milo, didn't she, buddy? And he adored her. And we just didn't do good after she passed. I was a mess. Milo was a mess, I'm sure, because I was a mess. Going solar is really cool. I have a small solar cabin on. Everything else is run by propane. That's cool. Show on the road. I haven't seen that. Toddie on location. Very cool. Well, I like to travel. I just want to travel in something that I could do on my own with my pets. Yeah, losing a pet. You guys are making me cry. This was supposed to be about my dad. It's not enough losing a dad, but losing a pet too. I remember when I moved to Florida when my mom's husband died, and I was only there for a couple of years, but I would go down to South Florida where I didn't live because I didn't want to live on top of my parents. And my dad, I'd go and spend like the weekends with my dad because I was working down in South Florida. And my dad would call my dogs, both of them, Hero and Milo. Hi, girls. Hi, girls. I'm like, that is a boy. He answers to it. He said, he answers to it. And my dad liked dogs too. Don't get me wrong. We had dogs when I was a kid. We had German Shepherds. I tell you the story about my mom with the German Shepherd. We had a German Shepherd named Pepsi. This is a funny story. Some of you know, I think. Hi, Renelle. So we had a dog named Pepsi, and Pepsi always slept under my beds. I guess, I don't know. Like, my dad did like Jen. He liked Jen a lot. Yes, he did. He did like Jen. So, what was I saying? I'm saying something. Okay, so I came home from school. I was like in kindergarten or first or second grade, and my mom was looking for Pepsi. My mom was like, she told me Pepsi got hit by a car, and so I felt really, really bad, right? Really bad. I'm sorry that you lost your mom, Silnat. It's only been a month. I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. I dread that day. I call my mom every morning, or she calls me every morning. I can't imagine not getting those phone calls or making those phone calls. Especially now, I call my mom. If she doesn't answer, I freak out. Like, I start freaking out. I want to know where she's at. I worry about her, So, anyway, so I said to my mom, "Where's Pepsi?" And she told me Pepsi got hit by a car or something like that, right? So, of course, I was really sad and everything. And then, I don't know, a couple of years later, my mom, she had a best friend. So we go to my mom's best friend's house, and there's a German Shepherd there. It looks like Pepsi. And I said, "Wow, this looks like Pepsi." And my mom's friend said, "That is Pepsi." I was like, "What? What?" So my dad got in trouble. He was incarcerated, I guess. My mom said, "I can't do 4 kids and a dog." So Pepsi lived a really long life with my mom's best friend. I was grateful for that, but I was pissed. I mean, I was pissed. I was like, what the? Yeah. So that's a funny story. My friend Sylvia has dementia. You guys know about Sylvia. You getting a puppy tomorrow, Salma? What kind? Just a rescue puppy? They're the best. I think they're the best. No offense, Milo. But I rescued Milo. He was the last of his litter, and I scooped him up. My little mini boxer, who ain't so mini. He weighs as much as my full-bred Miles. My boy Miles, that was a full-bred boxer. That was heartbreaking when I lost him, man. I was just so heartbroken. Me and Hero both. We went to Niagara Falls. I took Hero to Niagara Falls. German Shepherds are so sweet. My mom had a huge black one, looked like a huge wolf. I'm going to say when I live with my mom. Oh, okay. All right, Allie. All your animals have been strays. I have 2 boxers and a pitty. I tried to rescue pit bulls 2 or 3 times, and it just literally did not work for me. Absolutely losing a loved one is one of the hardest things I will ever know. Yeah, it makes you wonder why we have to do that, huh? I mean, seriously, if you really want to get into, you going to go to sleep, Allie? All right, Allie. Feel better. It's more important that you feel better, Allie. I took care of both of my parents until they went home to God. Yeah, I can't imagine that. I have siblings, but I'm only close with one of them. So, yeah, that will be huge for me. My nephew is very good with pit bulls. He has rescued several pit bulls, and I give him a lot of credit. It literally bit me, so I can't do that. But good for you, Shelly. Good for you. 5-year-old guinea pig and a 7-month-old kitty. Thank you so much, Ursula. Sometimes you gotta love family from a distance. Yeah, sometimes you don't gotta love family, to be honest with you. I hate to say it. I never thought I'd say that, but sometimes even our family members can be toxic. Could be toxic, you know. You know what gets me, and I've said this, and it's very poignant, and I'm going to say it again for those people that don't hear it, and maybe it resonates with them as it resonated with me. So I had read Demi Moore's book, I think Inside Out or something like that. It doesn't matter. I read her book, and there was a few things. I've seen her interviews since, and she's pretty poignant. I like her, and she said, when somebody decides who you are, you can't be anybody else. So I have heard myself described by family members, and I don't know who the fuck they're talking about. You know, I mean, in all honesty, I've said to my mom, who's he talking about? And my mom said, I don't know, you know, because the way I was described by somebody, I thought, was I ever that person? You know? And then that same person says that I'm angry. I said, no, buddy, I'm angry when you're around. When you push my buttons, you make me angry. When you're not around, I'm very happy. That's why I don't want you in my life. So there's just things that, you know, I know we all can relate, Apollonia. I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody that came from a Beaver Cleaver household. I thought I did. And that person's a fucking alcoholic. So I think that they grew up in an alcoholic home. That's what I think. I don't think anybody. Your dad stole one of your dogs because she hated my mother and got into a hysterical laughter because she tried to bite her. If you tried to get in bed next to my dad, giggle like that. My guys have always been really, hey, Rebecca, how you doing? Rebecca Michelo in the house. Thank you very much, Rebecca. Thank you very much. Those IRL friends, this means so much. Oh, I'm really glad, Silnet, that we're a good community for you. Buttons Bashan. Hi, Rebecca. I haven't spoken to my mom's son for years. He didn't even go to her funeral. Yeah, well, just so you know, my mom's not going to have any kind of service, and I'm not going down there. That we've already talked about that. Hi, Edie. Happy I lost my mom 3 years ago. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. It is tough. It's very tough. But yeah, my dad was a fun guy. When he wanted to be a fun guy, he liked to do things, and he was very generous. I have to say that. As you guys know, my dad gave each of his children a really big amount of money in 1998, and he didn't have to do that, but he did. And you know, I have to say that I started noticing who family members were when my dad died, unfortunately, but also he kind of told me who they were, and I didn't see it. You know, I would miss people too. I'm so rude. I forgot to say happy birthday to you. No, we're good. Grateful my folks were so wonderful when I came out at 15. My dad was fine when I came out. He said, I think you're going through a phase. I said, maybe I am, but it's real to me now. And he didn't know what to do with that. But he was very supportive. He was very supportive of me. Thankfully. I always felt loved by my dad. Can't say that I always felt loved by my mom as a child. I think that my mom was going through her own shit because of my dad that I just wasn't aware of. You know, she lived with 4 kids and she wasn't home. She wasn't sure if my dad was going to be thrown in jail, if my dad wasn't. You can't live like that. Of course, I didn't know any of that at the time. So I give my mom credit. But yeah, she was going through stuff, you know. And her mom was my mom's mom she was like a bully, you know. My mom was a weaker person, and my grandmother, you know, she told my mom how to live her life. which is really too bad because that's not the kind of life that my mom wanted to live. So that's really sad for me. That's the saddest thing, that my mom didn't live the life that she wanted to live, But I guess if she was stronger, she could have. But then she had 4 kids. I mean, I think, especially back then, you kind of counted on somebody to be there. You didn't. Now you get married and you're like, yeah, well, maybe it's a 10-year marriage. There's no, like, you don't think people are going to marry for life. Back then, you were expected to marry for life. I've been taken care of since we lost mom. When I came out, my mom said she knew, and I hung up on her. And she said, "Why'd you hang up on me?" I said, "Why didn't you tell me?" And she said, "It wasn't up to me to tell you. It was up to you to come to your own terms with it." Okay, that made sense to me. Thank you, the country life of Chickadoodle. There's Chickadoodle lady, guys. I make chickadoodles for my kids. I'd really love to see Milo and Danny in the same bed, but, I don't know if Milo feels like he's cheating on his sister, but I feel like Hero sent us Danny. Like, I look at Danny sometimes and I'm looking in Hero's eyes. I mean, it's really weird. It's not easy for anything anymore. I was on the phone with my dad. Didn't take shit from anybody, so there are things that I got from my dad that I am very grateful. The tools, the witness protection program, that's a tool. I use it today. And my dad's mind, very grateful that I got some of that, because I think my dad was very clever and very keen. And he didn't, like, I remember one time I called him up. I must have been, I don't know, 17, 18 years old. And I was like, yeah, we got a problem. And he said, no, we don't have a problem. You got a problem. What's your problem? It's like, that's true. So, so you see where I get that from, right? I definitely get that. And I'm glad because, like I said, my mom has had a problem with being strong, and I'm not trying to bash my mom. Please understand. My mom's circumstances were her circumstances at the time. And, but, yeah, I'm really glad. And the confidence that I had definitely from my dad. My mom now is very proud and everything. And, my mom, it took a minute for her to be a mom, but she's pretty good. She's pretty good. My dad raised my mom's wish. Oh gosh. Yeah, my mom was a very good grandmother, better grandmother than mother. Yeah, but I think my dad was a better grandpa. He was a lot more patient with the grandkids than he was with us. But I don't know. I guess you live and you learn, right? So, I can't see excuse layers. Thanks. I learned a lot that night. They were gone the next day. Oh my gosh, it's horrible. I'm reading the comments. What's bad is that people can't read these comments. I don't think you could read the comments later, right? I can't see where you could read the comments later. Tripping Light, fantastic. Have a great evening. What are you making for dinner? Wait a minute. What are you making for dinner? You're not bad. Somebody, is there an ad going now? Pumpkin enchiladas. Pumpkin enchiladas? I don't know what to say about that. I don't like pumpkin, but I think I like enchiladas. But that's pretty interesting. Keep on loading. Just keep on loading. Yes. That's what we have to do. We have to accept the people for who they are. And if we can't, we got to kind of back up and say maybe they're, listen, I told you the story about people being in our life for a reason, right? That maybe we're in their life. We can't assume everybody's in our life for a reason. Maybe we're in their life for a reason. So that matters. That matters. I don't know what you did, Catherine B., but thank you. I had Snickers for supper. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to have for dinner tonight. See, I get to eat at work. They always have a meal for me, but I usually take the meal and bring it home. And sometimes I give it to the dogs, but it's always good, like steak and chicken. Like it's always really good. So I usually give it to the dogs and stuff. Or sometimes I'll take the steak and turn it into a steak sandwich and bring it to work the next day. But I think I have stuff. I have a burger from Wendy's. I have a Wendy's single with cheese, and I have Wendy's came out with some really good like chicken wings, but they're boneless, but they have pretty good sauce. Anybody know about that? That's good. I have a dear friend that I'd have for dinner with drinks, coffee, and lots of good conversation. One night she was very nervous, came out to me. I knew like your mom, but I said, I don't care. Of course. Of course. My biggest thing was not that. My biggest thing was God. You know, was God going to accept me? I had to figure out how I was with God before I could even come out. My parents I knew would love me regardless. I just had to figure out if God was okay with me. And it dawned on me, I remember that day. It dawned on me that he made me exactly the way I'm supposed to be, exactly who I am. And once I knew that, everything felt right and aligned with me, and I was okay. So I think God made us the way we are. Exactly. That's what I said, Sarah. Yes. We're right on the same page. We right there. Very good for a baby. Oh, yes, I spoil them. Are you kidding me? Yes. Oh my God. Of course I spoil them. They're the best. They're the best. I can't wait for Danny to be done with her heartworm treatment, man, because I really dread on the 9th of September, she's going to have another treatment. Then I got to take her on the 10th, and I'm going to have something done on the 9th for me. So Danny and I will be recovering together, and Milo will be running the roost. But I also live very close to one of my best friends here. So, if I need help, he's able to help too. I definitely feed the dog, and they eat better than me. They get a lot of that stuff. They get steak. So Danny, I'll tell you some funny stories about Danny. Danny's been having a hard time. Remember I told you she was having a really hard time with this move, and then with the heartworm, it just didn't go well with her stomach, and so that was a mess, literally a mess. And the fact that she was just so uncomfortable, it was horrible. And we have to redo it. We have to redo that. So that's sad. I really don't want her to have that treatment, but I can't wait for that month to be over. Like, I can't wait for October 9th, because then she'll be able to jump and play. You know how hard it is? You come home, your dog can't like jump. So it's just so frustrating. And she's trying so hard. So I have to have like steak in my pocket. No lie. I cut up pieces of steak. I put it in a plastic bag. I tie it up. I put it in my pocket. And then I take some peanut butter. I put it in a bag. And then like I put a hole in the bottom, like you would do like a cake, right? And then I put that in another plastic bag. And when Danny gets stuck, because sometimes Danny doesn't want to move. Like I'm just standing out there. I got Milo pulling that way. I got Danny pulling that way. And I get frustrated. It's 1,000,000 degrees outside. I'm standing out there already going through hot flashes, and I'm hot flashing even more. And I'm just frustrated. The dog will not move. I don't know why. There's no reason. She won't tell me. And I just get really frustrated. So I have to take out a piece of steak and say, look here. And I think she likes the peanut butter more. Buddy, come here. No bark. Come here. Come. You can't do that. You can't. Come here now. Milo. Come on. Come here. Come here, Bubble. He knows when I'm on the computer, he can get whatever he wants, right? You didn't get to sleep, Allie. Did we keep you up, Allie? I had a hot flash today waiting for the doctor to let me into, inside. I'm inside an air-conditioned building, and I'm having this horrible hot flash, and I'm like, don't let them call me yet, because I'm stuck to my shirt now and everything, and then you feel like you're going to smell because you just sweat up a storm. I've been going through these hot flashes for a really long time, but here's the thing. Some of this is Lyme. My sensories are off, and my temperature gauge inside my body is off. A lot of times when you see me at work, there's a heater on, but then there's an air conditioning on. Same way here. When I get hot really, really, really quick. It's a sensory thing. It's really messed up. And that's from Lyme. And some of these hot flashes are from Lyme. They're not because I'm old. I got the ones because I'm old. I know what those feel like. See, I started getting hot flashes. I got to tell you that 36 is kind of young to get them. I didn't get them that young. I got them in my 40s. I was about 42 or 43 when I started getting them, but they're different than the Lyme. I mean, the stuff with the Lyme is just so much more intense. It's horrible. It's just so much more intense. I love the air conditioning too. I'd rather be cold than hot. I'd rather be cold than hot. Anybody else? Anybody else rather be cold than hot? You were 27 when you started your hot flashes. I was 27. I went through my midlife crisis. I have battery operated fans too. And those cold things, it's much easier to warm up in the cold than it is to get. Yep, I agree. That's right. I feel the same way, Kung Fu Panda. Yes. And my dad agreed with that because he was like, most people, they don't move to New York from Florida. It's usually the other way. And I was like, yeah, but I can't handle the heat. And he said, well, what do you like better, the heat or the cold? And I said, oh, the cold. And he said, why? And I told him, and he was like, yep, that makes sense. It's hard for me to sleep and be cool, especially, well, Milo likes to sleep right next to me, which is fine. I love that he sleeps, but he puts out some hot air. I guess I put out some hot air too. I'm glad I brought that bed over here because he's in the bed looking at her. Where's your yak track? Your yak track, let me get him his little yak track. Your yak track is right here, Bob. This is for you, Bobby. This is from my son, Miley. Danny, how come you're getting up? That's for you, Bubba. That's for Bubba. Danny Banani. You're in a midlife crisis? I went through mine at 27. Spent a summer in New York with my grandma when I was young, and it was suffocating with the heat and humidity. That's true. It does get bad. Graves? Oh, God. That could be. You know who else has Graves? Doesn't Serena Williams. My hot flash lasted 10 years. I definitely don't miss Aunt Flo. And mine have lasted a lot longer, but I'm telling you, these is Lyme. Oh, pool with wine. So fancy. Fancy? We're talking about fancy? I have Graves' disease too, and it's such a pain in the ass. I have a friend. So does Serena Williams. Serena Williams, the tennis player, has Graves' disease too, I think. Or does she have that Sojourns? My friend has Sojourns. That's not good. It goes after your organs and shit. That's not good. You know what the sad bit is? Like the person that I'm talking about, they worked hard their whole life. I mean, when I say worked hard, man, they worked hard their whole life. Bartender, server, and worked. I mean, like worked. And then, she's a little older than me. And she retires and she finds out, that she's got Sojourns and she's dealing with all that shit. It's so not good. I am an it. A complete, oh my gosh. You're not an it. You're not an it. Jenny has Sojourns. Yeah. Do you mean? No, I have Lyme disease. My friend has Sojourns. I have Lyme. In December of 2021, so I had lost my dad, and then 3 months later I had lost Jen. And then in December, I felt off. I just felt off. So I was getting ready for work. I went into the shower and I was like, yeah, things are spinning. So I got out of the shower and I laid down in bed and I just had a towel wrapped around me and things were like spinning, things were spinning. And I was on the phone with a friend that lives around here or works around here. And I was like, yo, you got to call an ambulance for me. I can't even call the ambulance. And I had Milo and Hero at the time and my cat, Jake. And I managed to put some clothes on and put this barricade up so that my dogs couldn't get past the hallway. And I was crawling on all fours and I kept bumping into the wall and things were just spinning. Things were spinning. And when I closed my eyes, they spun more. And then I was going through this horrible heat where I felt this heat, no shit, come up my body, come through my hair. My hair came down soaking wet, no lie. I got sick. At that point, the ambulance was there. The ER, the paramedics were there. They saw the sweat, and I mean, they saw that. I couldn't. I never knew that could happen. Never knew that could happen. And I remember I was on the phone with my brother, who I don't speak to anymore, and I was like, I just need to let you know that I'm going to the hospital. I didn't know what was going on. I was praying. I was like, God, don't take me, man. I was like, Jen, I miss you too, but please, not now. And they thought that I had a mini stroke, and they started I was there for 4 or 5 days. But the night I got home from the hospital, about 2 hours later, the hospital called and said, yo, you lit up with the Lyme. You have Lyme. So there's 10 markers or something, and I lit up all 9 of them. So that's how I found out I had Lyme. And I knew something, a mini stroke, it just didn't feel right when they said it. But when they said Lyme, everything just felt right. It made sense. So that's how that happened. Nope, it wasn't anxiety. It was Lyme. Now, let me tell you this. I do think that stress probably brought out the Lyme. I think the two worked hand in hand. So I know that stress is a lot more dangerous than I ever thought stress was. I never thought something, I really didn't, and think about it, it was 3 years ago. I really didn't realize what stress could do. It scared the shit out of me. I know what stress can do now, and I know that I have Lyme, and I know that those two are scary as fuck, because I really felt like I was on some sort of wheel spinning. And when I would look, things were spinning, but there was a secondhand motion. It was crazy. It was so scary. I didn't understand anything that was going on. See, yeah, right. I'll bring out the lime and tequila, but that's another, thanks. I thought you were saying something else. When I have stress, I bring out the Lyme, and they blame my rhythm for anxiety. I am still in the flare-up from Lyme, right? That's the weird thing about Lyme, too, is that, there are doctors that don't know enough about it, and they treat it a certain way. So, there's part of one of the Lyme tests, there's one for chronic Lyme. And they just see that as a false negative for chronic Lyme. But it's not a false negative for chronic Lyme. There is chronic Lyme. So there are doctors. There is a group on Facebook, Women with Lyme's Disease. And that's very interesting. And I think they're doing something. I want to look into it. I shouldn't say anything. I want to look into what they're doing. It's locked. The sliding glass door is locked, and so is the I have one of those things under. I have a bar, that one of those bars to keep it. But yeah, it is. It is. And I always shut the. I shut the curtain. Lyme disease get misdiagnosed as anxiety. Lyme's disease gets misdiagnosed a lot of times, and the worst part is you could be in a state that has Lyme disease and live in Florida, right? And Florida would never test you for Lyme disease. Why? Because Florida would say that they don't have Lyme disease. They have ticks down there. Why don't they have Lyme disease? They have deer down there. They're deer ticks. Some of them are deer ticks. You know what I'm saying? Into the Weeds podcast. How you doing? How you doing? Elton wants to sing for us. Elton John. I love Elton John. He's one of my favorites. My dad got me something from Elton John that I have to this day. It's my dad, he knew his kids. You know how there's people don't know their children. Like my dad always knew. He knew what I was into. I think he knew my brothers. So I think that my dad, I'm still standing. Oh, is that what it was? Yeah, I'm still standing. Okay. Yes. It's my alarm. Yeah, I'm still standing. Yep. Okay. Now I get it. There's other songs on here. Mona Lisa's on here. Songs that my dad really liked, is on here. Elton John. Yes. I appreciate you talking about disease because I'm in the process of being diagnosed. Listen, man, they should always check you. Thank you, Into the Weeds. They should check you for Lyme if you've been anywhere. Lyme is such a fucked up disease. I hate to tell you. But I like my bus bar. Yeah, you got to be careful with that stuff, unfortunately. Listen, I'm on pain medicine too. And, I would think that if I had to, if for some reason I didn't take it tomorrow and I didn't need it to take it, I would think that I would get sick. Because I take it every day. When you take something every day, your body becomes addicted to it, But my pain management doctor is he's the same guy that's giving me the shots in the neck. So he knows what I'm going through. What are you supposed to do? I don't want to live in pain. That's not fair either. I work hard. I want to be able to go to work. I don't want to be on disability. I don't want to fight to be on disability. Just let me work till I'm 65. Let me collect my unemployment, my Social Security, and get my Medicare, and then I'm good to go. I'll take the show on the road, like I said. Take the show on the road, Danny and I, and our future cat. And Milo. But if Milo's still around, Milo will be going too. He'd be such an old man. I know you have to withdraw from this stuff. You know what I'm saying? But right, we shouldn't live. Well, nobody should live in pain. Nobody should live in pain. And if they don't have something to, I get these shots, and they take the edge off. But my neck hurts now. I mean, I got shots in my neck with a big ass needle. And it's gonna hurt later. The shot will start taking effect. Today's Tuesday. By Friday, it'll start taking effect, and I'll probably won't have to take any pain pills for about 3 or 4 days. But then it'll start coming back. But it does take. So the last week or two, I definitely could have used that shot, but the insurance wouldn't cover it until it covered it, right? But the last week or two, man, my neck I was in so much pain. What am I supposed to do? Milo, what are you yelling at people for, buddy? Don't yell at people. It's not cool. You mad at her? Why are you mad at her? You gotta help her. Milo's looking at me like, what's up, Mom? He's a cutie pie. Let's check him out again. There he is. That's my boy named Milo. Milo, say hi. Hi, handsome. You're the boy. And that's my girl named Denny. Denny Banani. There she is, folks. And we're in the kitchen. We're in the kitchen of the home. Milo is so sweet. Milo, you're so sweet. You sweet boy. They are beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, Milo was named after Miles. Miles was the boxer that I lost, and Hero and I needed to we needed another little boy. So we got Milo, and I named him Milo after his brother Miles. My dog just pricked his ears up at the screen because you were talking about Milo. Hi Milo. Hi Milo Henderson. Waking up from the pain pills. Who's that? Me or you? I haven't taken a pain pill. I've always dreamt of getting an RV and when my wife retired, but I'm not sure how safe that is anymore. I think you can do it. What year was my dad born? So I think my dad was born in 1934. His birth certificate was changed because my grandmother needed him to go to work because his dad, my dad's dad, left my grandmother with 4 boys to raise, and my dad was the oldest. So she changed his birth certificate so that he could sell ice and bring some money home. And I guess through that, my dad thought, how can I make more money? And yeah. As soon as I'm well enough, I'm going to the pound. Good for you. Good for you, Suzanne. That might be the thing that'll help you, too. Your best friend has a pug named Milo. Busted people here. Yeah, we are. I was in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I was. Who asked that? I was in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I was in the Witness Protection Program in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Yes, I was. Do I know you? Flower Power? I'm looking for a friend. I'm looking for a friend that I knew that I was very close with in Albuquerque. Lyme is devastating and can take you down. It is no fucking joke. That's right. You know, whenever I feel shitty, because when I get a Lyme flare up, I always say, test me for Lyme, test me for Lyme, test me for Lyme. You know, she just tested me for Lyme. Nope, Toddie is not my real name. But I always have them test me for Lyme because I have it, you know. But when it comes up chronic, it's false positive. And he was 17 and they found him out. Ooh, I hope you find your friend. I don't know that person still lives in Albuquerque. I lived in Albuquerque, oh my God, 50 years ago, 45, 48 years ago. Thank you so much, Jackie Henderson. My dad was a fisherman too, absolutely. My dad, he had boats. My dad actually bought Jimmy Buffett's, he didn't buy his Margaritaville boat, but he bought a Choi Lee, that's the brand. My dad bought his one of his yachts. That's true. True story. True story. My dad, if you didn't fish in my family, they asked you to leave. That's true. My dad loved to fish, and he was a good artist, and he was a really good magician, and he had a really good sense of humor. I remember one time I was young. You know, it's weird what we remember. I remember one time I was young. We were at a restaurant, and there was a napkin, and my dad had a pencil or something, or a pen. He said, "Let me draw you." And he went like this. And I was young, right? So he shows me what he drew, and it was a picture of his thumb. Yep. My doctor said chronic Lyme is the same as Lyme, but it doesn't go away. She said a lot of doctors argue about it. That's the truth, man. A lot of doctors argue about it, so you don't get a lot of help. It's horrible. I went to Sandia High School. Flower Power in 1961. Sandia High School. I think we lived off Sandia Boulevard, I want to say, in an apartment. I don't know that I was a daddy's girl. I don't know that I was a daddy's girl. I can't say that. I was a daddy's girl because I always kind of did what I wanted. Like, my dad had a few things that he wanted to do with his company because he had that big company. And one year, like the family went, his family went. Usually they did a week in the Bahamas or something, or they went to these destination places. But they went to Florida one year, and we had this. It was at the Breakers, I think. I don't remember where they had this thing, but it was fancy and everything like that. Not fancy Maselli, but it was fancy place. It was a fancy place. And my dad didn't want me to dress like I usually dressed. He wanted me to, I guess, dress more feminine. So, I mean, that was a big, I don't want to say it was a big fight. It wasn't a fight. It frustrated the fuck out of me. I don't like being uncomfortable. First of all, I don't like dressing up, but I understand that you can't always wear jeans and t-shirts. I get it. So that should suffice. But no, he wanted more than that because, it was his company and I was part of his family you know, and so there's on occasion that you have to play that role, right? And yeah, it was very uncomfortable. One of those pictures in the pictures that I put up in the community page was of that night. I'm dressed up. I have round glasses. I think I was dancing with my dad. That was a funny story. So my dad was like, "Come on, honey, let's dance." And I went to go dance. He goes, "Yeah, you're not leading." That was funny. I'm a gay woman. That's the way I danced. I was so lost when he was dancing and he was leading. It was funny. I didn't even realize I was leading. I had not a clue. Uh, so yeah, that was funny. My dad took me. So I dislocated my hip when I was about 6 or 7 years old. I was playing football. I wanted to be a professional football player, but back then I do like nice slacks. I don't mind dressing up now. Actually, I'm a little overweight I'm not fat or anything. I'm just more overweight and definitely out of shape. So I'm a lot less comfortable than I used to be. But once I start feeling better, I am going to work on it. The dog's got me walking like 3 miles a day, which is fine. Anyway, what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Sorry about that. So I graduated high school in 1980. I graduated two ways because I was in the witness protection program. I graduated from high school and then I also had a GED. So one's in one name, one's in the other name. My dad's party at work, it wasn't that. My dad had home buyer's warranty. It's still in business. But it was his company at the time. And so I don't remember how many employees, but there was a couple hundred employees because it was a nationwide company, right? So every year they would do these destination getaways where my dad paid for it, and they would do like team building and fun stuff, and yeah, like that. So one year they did it in Florida where my dad actually lived, and it was a big deal because my uncle was getting an award. So my dad wanted all of his children to be there. Also, I'm sure it was to show this family that my dad is the patriarch of. So I'm sure it was about that as well. You know, but my dad always introduced me as, "This is my daughter. She's a writer. She loves to write," and would always ask me, "What are you working on?" He always read my stuff, like I said. So there's two different tests for Lyme. One, they're blood tests, if that's what you're asking. They're blood tests. One is a blotter test, and the blotter test has like 10 markings, and I lit up 9 of them. And the other one I just think has 3. It's not the blotter test. And there's one that always comes up if you have chronic Lyme, but it's dismissed as a false positive. But it's bullshit. It's bullshit. There's a reason why there's a chronic Lyme thing on that test. And when it lights up, it doesn't light up for everybody. but I think it lights up for more people than they want it to. So listen, my doctor's pretty good. She knows I'm not bullshitting her. I don't mess around. I mean, even when she asked, about things, even before marijuana was legal here, and she was like, any drugs? Yes, marijuana. I smoke pot. You know, I'm not going to lie. I need them to help me feel better. So I have to tell them the truth so that when I tell them something, they know, oh, she's telling the truth. So, bye, Silnut. Are you leaving? Happy Heavenly. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being part of this. I so appreciate it. They don't want to. Well, I'm telling you, there is a Facebook community, women that have Lyme disease, and it's pretty fascinating. Um, there's a lot of answers on that page. There's just a lot of stuff. You should check it out. You have to be invited to join them. My friend knew somebody that has chronic Lyme, and so that person was able to say something nice about me. Do you like edibles? Yes, I do like edibles. I like banana bread, but not with nuts in it. I don't like nuts in my bread, but I like nuts privately. Not those kind of nuts, guys. I'm gay, but I can eat nuts, regular nuts, but I don't like them in my bread. But I love banana bread. My mom used to make the best banana bread. I do like edibles. Thank you, Carissa, JB. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Vanessa, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna hook you up, sister. I don't have a PO box. I don't have one. But I thank you. Well, marijuana is legal in New York now, so I can get edibles. I have a friend that makes edibles. I do have some edibles, but I'm not gonna take edibles because I have to be at work in a few hours. So yeah, I can't do that. Not those nuts. Absolutely not. I like microbar blueberry kush. Ooh, yeah. My dad's birthday is tomorrow. I miss him more than I can explain. Happy birthday to your dad. I have horrible pain issues, but they can't figure out why I've been hit by ticks. Oh, you've been bit by ticks? Yeah, so they should check you for Lyme. Insist on it and ask for the blotter test. I like almonds and Rocky Road. I like my nuts private, separate. You know what I mean. Rhode Island too. Absolutely. All of the Northeast is Tick City. Fucking Tick City. Gyp shit unleashed. Boston check. Is there anywhere we can write to you? Yes, you can write to me at toddie1skip@gmail.com. I don't know where you're in Albuquerque still, Flower Power, but Colorado, it's legal, right? Arizona, it's legal, right? It's legal here, but I still go to Massachusetts and get my stuff when I want. Unless my friend makes edibles. I haven't been to Massachusetts in a minute, but they have the majority of they have the selection of everything there. And I like a lot of the stuff there. But most of the time, I just get my weed here. But anymore, you got to really be careful where you get your stuff from. Even weed. You just got to be really careful where you get your stuff from. Danny really loves that stick. She's chewing, and that's why I got it for her, because I wanted her to have something to keep her busy, especially when I'm at work. She's a good girl. And she's really loving. She'll come up to me and put my head in Kansas. What's in Kansas? You better get a PO box for gifts, lady, huh? Yeah, I'm a little apprehensive about that. I just got to be honest with you. My daughter had Lyme, and now she suffers with symptoms also known as fibromyalgia. Yeah, I know somebody that has fibromyalgia. There are more dispensaries than Starbucks here. Yep. Yeah. Lorraine said, be right back. It's still illegal in my state, but legal in every state around me. There you go. That's what you got to do is get around you then. Now, here's my thing. How they make alcohol okay, weed is not okay. I definitely think that alcohol is worse than weed for sure. I mean, Alcohol can turn you into a friggin' monster. Weed doesn't really change your personality. Happy heavenly birthday to your brother. He was only 37. Oh my goodness. Guys, I'm really into that Pellegrino blood orange, and I just ordered the pomegranate. That should be coming. So I'll tell you why she had so many homes, Suzanne. So Danny, I totally think that Danny was somebody's pet, because like she knows to sit. She knew when I threw a ball, she went and got the ball and brought it back to me. I think she was somebody's pet, but they didn't have her fixed. And Danny, she was out or around. And she came home pregnant. And that's when they got rid of her. They didn't want a pregnant dog. So Danny went into a pound. And then so that she went into a pound, and then she had her babies. And then she went to the person that was her foster. So that's the third person. That was her foster, right? And then from foster to me. So I was her fourth person in just a short period of time. So Kung Fu Panda, I said it privately. I didn't call her that. I called her I didn't call her short. She's beautiful though, and I have a surprise for her, because when she gets better and she could play and run around, the foster that I got her from, she lives obviously in this area. She now has Danny's son. So she has personally taken in Danny's son, which now she's going to adopt. And I told her, because we keep in touch, I told her when Danny's all done with the heartworm treatment and can run around and jump around, that's where we're going to go. I'm going to take her to go see her son, and we'll walk them together, and maybe we can do something once a week with them playing together or something. I would love that. Danny's a hopper. Let me tell you something. This dog could be an escape artist. She jumps really high, like really high up, crazy high up. She climbs. I don't like that. I don't like that. When I put a barricade up, I put it up for a reason. Nope, not with Danny. Danny just climbs the shit, and she can't do that. Take a picture of show you that day. I think she's got Luke. I think that's the one she's got is Luke. Ken wasn't the daddy. Ryan or Ken wasn't the daddy. Ooh, who do you think would be the daddy? Hey, Bubble, what are you doing? If it wasn't Ryan or Ken, who do you think would be the daddy? Milo, why are you barking, Bubs? You can't bark at the world, man. What are you doing? Why's your brother barking at you? What do you think is going on? Why are you barking? My little boy doesn't know what to do. Hey, Michelle O'Brien, thank you for catching me live. Hugs to Danny, dog. Glad she has you, and I'm glad I have her. Danny Bonani, we love you more than anybody else. She likes that yak chew. She liked that yak chew. My dogs are adopted. I lost one in May. I lost one in April. It sucks. It so sucks. I know Ryan is hoping Gypsy comes back, but come on, would you really take her back and trust her? You can't, right? I think Gypsy was like your dog, so it could be any male. Hey, don't you insult my Danny. Danny's got a lot more scruples. Oh, come on. Danny's got a lot more scruples than that. Boudica. I think Gypsy. Okay, I read that one. Insult to Danny. Mary Jane helped me get up. Guys, what do you want me to smoke a joint in front of you? What are we doing here? Talking about weed. You all have wonderful evening. Kathy, Hannah, you too. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Who was the one that did the subscriptions for 10 people? That person, massive thank you for that person. Guys, thank you for all of the things that you do for me. Thank you so much. I love THC. Talking about that Dan. Oh, I thought you were talking about my dog. Sorry about that. You hope it's not either of them to be the daddy. I've used the ganja for my migraines. See, that's one thing when I'm in pain. Yeah, that doesn't help. It doesn't help. That makes the pain worse. And Dan, I think is locked up. Gypsy's Dan. I saw what I see a mugshot. A mugshot. Do you guys want me to do? I wanted to do a video tonight. What I said about that. That content creator that did Adoptive Kate. Like, she broke that down, and I don't think Adoptive Kate had Munchausen by proxy either. This woman has medical records and shit. I don't think she did. If you smoke, will I get high? Sure. I've never seen Dan before. Have any of you seen Gypsy's Dan? Yeah, there's pictures. I put up pictures. I have a video. Yeah, just look him up. His name is Dan Glidewell. Glidew. Stop it, Milo. So you got to look that up. I love walnuts in my banana bread. I don't like nuts in my banana bread. I love banana bread. Pretty sure it's Ken's. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Yeah, Lorraine Casso. Is that what you're talking about? You're talking about Adoptive Kate. This woman had all of her medical records and it reached out to all of these people, and she did like an hour and 15-minute deep dive into Adoptive Kate. It's called Out of Context is the name of that YouTube channel. Big shout out to them. Seriously, guys. A big shout out to her. She really did. She did this whole thing. I'm a medical marijuana patient, but it's legal here in Alaska. One of the kids that I worked with just moved back to Alaska. Kodiak. He called the other night when I was at work. It was like, so nice to know somebody's awake. Milo, you can't be barking like a. We're gonna go very soon. I know. And you move your head. That's the one thing about boxers. They always like you're moving their head. Like, how do you get mad at that? It would still be a great Maury show. Is Maury still doing that? You are the father. Is Maury still doing that? You are not the father. Kate could have been lying about her mom. Yes. Holly Jolly, I've been to Alaska on a cruise. See, my dad was very generous. I went on a few cruises, family cruises, on really nice cruise ships that all expenses paid by my dad. Now that, come on, man, that's something, right? We went to Russia. Can't go to Russia anymore, so I'm glad. Antarctica too, yeah. So I did that. You were married in Alaska? Allie, what? You good, fam? I asked Adoptive Kate during her live if her doctor diagnosed her mom, swore, and she got mad at me, rolled her eyes. Yeah, I don't think that. Listen, guys, seriously, check out that YouTube channel. Tell her that I sent you over there, just so she knows that there's some love from here. She's a smaller channel than me, but she's got a lot of information. She won't stay small for long. She won't. She does a great job. I got to tell you, she is very straightforward, to the point, and she stays on point. So yeah, it's out of context YouTube channel. It's a woman. She's got a tattoo on her neck of a Tim Burton type character. Out of Context. Let me put it in here for you guys. Somebody just told me about her, and I went over and checked it out, and I thought, well, that's pretty interesting. Will it not let me do this? That's the Out of Context. It's one U. It's OUT, not OUU. I watched it last night. Brie also did commentary during her live, watching it, calling her a liar. I would like to see the proof the lady has on all she spoke. She showed stuff. I saw that she showed stuff. She doesn't. Hit me so it's legal. She doesn't hit me so it's legal. I may have seen her before. It would be a trip of a lifetime. Okay, well, I'm missing some stuff here. When do you find time? When do you find what? When do you finally get a day off from work? I was off yesterday. I was off yesterday from work. I've only been off one day a week lately, and that's okay. I worked 7 straight days, and that's okay too because I get paid overtime. I'm not a salaried employee. It would be stupid for me to be on salary because I'm always asking and getting overtime. Thank God. And if you guys know, I do a lot of the videos at work, and for some reason they're letting me do that. I'm getting my work done. That comes first, but they do know that I'm making videos at work, and I'm doing it at work, so that's good. And when I can get them done at work, then I can come home and take care of the dogs, which is now a much harder job than it's ever been. And we could thank Danny for that one because it used to be my dogs would go out, come back in. Yeah, Danny requires a long ass walk, so that's what we do. It's not my real name. I write under the name L Todd, and one day somebody saw that who knows me, and they were like, and I said, yeah, I write under that name. I've written under that name before I even knew you. And so they started calling me Toddie. And then one day I went to mail them something. It was weed. And I didn't say that. And so I put on the return address, Toddie One Skip. It just came out of the blue, and it kind of stuck, and that's what happened. That's what happened. But Todd is the surname that I used to write under. Until my anniversary of waking up. Okay. Workouts with PJs are so good on YouTube. She makes me laugh so hard. Workouts with PJ. I want to start working out again. Hottie Toddy. Yeah, so you guys heard one day on the radio that one of the guys that called, so yes, I mean, I'm called Toddy sometimes, yeah. And more times now. I never heard anything. Age, there you go. Yep. If Allie, if your mom is abusing you, please reach out to someone other than the police. I wish I knew resources. Is somebody getting abused? Did I miss that? Is there somebody getting abused? Allie, is there something going on? I'm hoping my chiropractor calls me at the right phone number. Okay, what's going on? I missed something. Until my anniversary of waking up. I missed something here. 40, but I woke up from a coma almost 40 years ago. I think I remember you telling me that. Milo, that's enough. You can't be so. Come here. Guys, hang on one second because he's not going to stop. You got to stop. Come here. Come here. I know, buddy, but I don't know what to do for you, my friend. What do you want? Here, I'll give you something. Here, Milo. And I'll give some to Danny, and then that's it, Miley. Hang on. Hang on, guys. I'm sorry, I got to get him some peanut butter on a lick mat. Peanut butter, peanut butter. Milo and his peanut butter. Danny, you want some peanut butter? Your brother worked for it. Milo and some peanut butter. Danny and some peanut butter. Danny, banana. Come here, Danny. Here you go, Miley. Turtles. Okay. Okay, boy. Okay, boy. Peanut butter. I'll be right there, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hi. Danny. Hi, Danny Banani. Woo. Okay, There you go, Miley. There you go, Bubble. Bubble! Here you go, Danny. There you go, Danny Banani. All right. Sorry about that, guys. I had to give them some lick mat. I gave them peanut butter. Milo's. I gave them peanut butter in these bowls, right? And these bowls. Let me show you what I gave them. Danny, let me see that for a second. I want to show. So, see these bowls? So there's peanut butter. You put peanut butter in them, right? And they lick them. So Milo took his whole bowl, put it in his mouth, and walked away. That's what I was laughing about. So this stuff is just to keep them busy. But I am going to have to go because I got to take a shower. I have to take care of them. I have to take them out for a walk. And then I have to feed them actually dinner. And then I have to take a shower and get ready for me to go to work tonight, guys. Thank you so much for being a part of today. Why can't you go in your room? Allie, I don't know what's going on. People are telling you to call the police. If something's going on, you need to do something about it. I'm going to let this go. I'm not going to stop this because there seems like there's some advice going on here. Who just left you here? Allie, you need to reach out. I don't know what's going on, guys. Do you need somebody to call the police for you? Allie, you need somebody to call the police for you? To Liverpool, England, on the Queen. I've been on the Queen Mary. The Queen Mary too. I've been on the Queen Mary too. She said they just left her. Yeah, the police just left her where? What? They just left you there? I thought they were going to hear you. This doesn't make sense. Do you need someone to call 911? The police don't believe her. She's giving away. People are telling you to call 911. So not every cop is going to be. And she might know that I told on her. I can't. How can we help you? Allie, how can we help you? Nobody hears me on this phone. Okay. Clearly, you can type on the phone because we're getting messages from you. Thank you, dirty little sluts. I've done it twice. Different cops respond differently. If you have texting abilities, you can contact them. Allie, what state are you in? What state are you in, Allie? Florida. Where in Florida are you? Allie, where in Florida are you? Holiday. I'm not sure where that is. What do you need from us? What do you want us to do? Allie, what do you want us to do? You want us to do a welfare check for you? Do you have an address? Can you type in an address? We'll do a welfare check for you. All right, Milo? Give me a minute, Milo. I don't know what you can do. Guys, I'm going to let this run for a little bit. Allie, I want you to answer some of these people. Just answer some of these people. Somebody will call for you if you answer some of these people. We'll call for you. We'll do a welfare check. She's saying I just left you do it. Thank you, man. Thank you. So here's an address. Here's an address. Wait. Here's the address. Pin it. Wait a minute. There's the address. There was a zip code too, 34690. Can we pin this one too? If I pin it, will that one unpin? Yeah, we don't want to unpin that one. Do you need us? Can somebody do you want us to do a welfare check, Allie? Do you want us to do a welfare check? Do you want us to call the police for you? Please. Okay, who's calling? Is anybody calling or am I calling? I want to know so that not a million people call. Is anybody going to call for her or am I going to call for her? All right, let me write this address down. That's my only problem with it. Yes, I'm right near a Walgreens. Why? Allie, I'm going to call 911 and have them check on you. Is that what you want me to do? Because I'm going to do it. I just want to see yes or no. Yes? Okay. Yes. Yes, do you have the address? All right, so somebody just reached out to me from the channel, and she lives in Florida. Yes, please call. All right, so somebody's calling. So somebody's calling right now, Allie, and they live in Florida. Yes, it's Holiday, Florida. I don't know where that is, but I've heard of it before. So this person's calling. So don't go anywhere, guys. We'll keep this going for a little bit. But excuse me for a minute. Watch you guys. Danny, move your tushy. You gotta move your butt. Getting another hot flash. All right, well, somebody's calling, Allie. Just waiting to hear back after they call. Yeah, somebody's calling. So not everybody needs to call. We got somebody calling. Just stay put. Somebody's going to come and check on you, Allie. You're welcome. I guess there's a couple people calling. Stay on the stream with us, Allie. Somebody from Florida is calling as well. Got a hot flash. Yeah, I got to take a shower. I got to go to work. I don't know if somebody can go and pick her up. You can't, guys, you can't just go and pick people up. We can call the police and see what's going on. I don't think anybody should just go into a situation that they don't know what they're walking into. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Exactly. Nobody should just be coming to somebody's house. Somebody's calling the police. Okay. So there's somebody, they're trying to reach people for you. Are you reading the live stream too while you're doing this? Do you see this? Okay. Well, we're just trying to figure out what to do to help here. So I'm not saying your name, but there's people that are calling. Nobody should go there. You don't know what you're walking into. Please don't do that. Let's just call the authorities and see. That's the best thing. I really don't know what's going on, but when the police come, you need to say something. Exactly. Nobody's going anywhere. Don't do that. Don't do that. You don't know who anybody is online. Please, guys. Let's make a phone call and let's see before anybody does anything. Nobody's saying anybody's name. Nobody's saying anybody. First of all, the only thing that can be heard is me, right? I mean, I am the only one. So I'm not saying anybody's name. Hello, everybody. Beautiful day today. Okay, so that person who's part of our community is on the phone with the police now. So I'm reading the messages here. This will be annoying. Yeah, I hate to say that. That's true, Kung Fu Panda. That's true. And I would hate for that. I would absolutely hate for that. But in case it's not that and it's real, then, there's an obligation to do something. But not to go there. Nobody should go there. Let's call and get some help and see what's going on. Exactly. It could be real. That's why we're paying attention to it, guys. That's why we're paying attention. Did somebody check on you? Holly Jolly's asking you a question. It's right above your thing. Can you answer her question? Yes, they did. They just left me alone with her. That's what she's saying. She's saying the exact same thing. Yeah, she's saying the exact same thing, but that they just left her there. So guys, so this seems to be true because we just got a message that somebody was already there checking on her, and she said that somebody was just there checking on her. Yeah, so what she's saying is that I guess the person living in the home is acting like everything's all right and they're not taking her seriously. And apparently, there's some sort of smoke screen going on, but she's not being treated the way that she needs to be treated, or, they I'm not trying to tell them what to do. I don't even know how to tell somebody to do their job, but they need to look into it a little bit further because this person's saying that they need help. Okay, so we're taking care of it on this end. Okay, there's somebody. I'm not giving out the name of the person that made the phone call, but I'm on the phone with that person texting. So nobody can make them go over there, but I mean, we're trying to talk them into going back over there and maybe reevaluating the situation. She says she's been telling people and nobody believes her. Nobody believes her. Well, this person's still on the phone with the police. That hurt really bad. The back of my head hurt really bad. Is somebody back over there? don't know if somebody's getting high in that house or what, but she's claiming somebody's getting high in that house. So if that's the case, somebody might want to go by there now. All right, they're going to go back. Thank you so much. So they're going to go back there. You're welcome. You're welcome. They're going to go back. You need to open up your mouth and say something. Make them believe you, man. You got to make them believe you. Use your voice. Yeah, you got to use your voice. Use your voice. And tell the police everything. Yes, 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 yes. Do that. Tell them everything. Yep. Yeah, you got to tell them everything. You got to be honest. Listen, I get that. I get that. I get that it's hard. I get that. But that's if this stuff is going on, that's not, they need to do something different. The main thing is you need to feel safe. So you need to tell them that you don't feel safe if you don't feel safe. You need to tell them that. Yep. Somebody already called, guys. Somebody already called. Don't be sorry. If this is all true, we're happy to help you. I get it. I get that. Megs, I get that. I totally get that. You don't need to lie about anything. Just tell the truth. You just got to, you need to tell. If you feel unsafe, you need to say, I feel unsafe. You need to say, I need to have this conversation privately. All right. Okay, great. They're there. Okay, they're there. Allie, you have my email address, or you reach back out to us. I'm sure she is, but you need to be vocal too, Allie. You need to be vocal too. People are saying, show them the chat, show them what's going on. There's so much communication. They're not going to read all of this, guys. The main thing is if she doesn't feel safe, she needs to feel safe. Short and sweet. Just get out of that. Just get them to get you out of there. Yeah, I don't see her. I don't see her online right now. I think that she might be talking to them. Yeah, nope. Yeah, they need to talk to you, my friend. You need to speak up for you, okay? You need to speak up for you, okay? I'm hopeful that she's speaking to them. I got to take the dogs out. I got to go to work. I hate that I got to go, but if I don't go, I got to go. I mean, I do love my job, but trust me, if I didn't really need the money, I would be here working on this. Yeah, it doesn't seem like I'm going to leave this going. Okay, so our person just got off the phone with the cops. And we're going to get a phone call back. It seems like we'll get a phone call back. Whoops. Hang on. So they're going to call you after they leave? They're going to give you an update? Question mark? Hang on, guys. So a deputy is supposed to call back one of the members of the community with an update. So that's good. I'm not going to give out the name of the person that helped here. They know who they are. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Kathy Hanna, you're not supposed to tell people when I'm in pain. I'm more concerned, to be honest with you, about what's going on in Holiday, Florida. So listen, I am going to leave this for a little bit longer. Don't feel obligated to be here because I'm going to let the dogs out. I just don't want to close it right now because of what's going on. So, but don't feel obligated to be there, to be here. Come on, guys, you want to go out? Let me get my steak in my pocket for the kids, but I got a bribe. I got a bribe the kids. Where's the steak? I got steak. I know how to use it. Milo, get that out of your mouth. It looks like a cigar. A cigar. I got legs. How you doing, Danny Banana? You're smiling. What a smile. You got a big smile. I don't get to see you smile often. What a pretty smile you have. Wow, Danny, you really feeling like you're part of this crazy little family of ours? We're happy to have you. And I believe it ain't so. It's magic, you know. Danny, Danny. What's up, Beast? What do you got, mister? You look like you're smoking a cigar, Milo. 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 You live in Guantanamo Bay. Where are you going? Milo, 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 Milo. You live in Guantanamo. You got legs. What's going on? Did we hear anything more? Have we heard, has Allie come back? Is she still in the chat? I think she's up. Oh, they don't believe me. Here. I don't know what to do besides that. don't know. Is this old or new? Hang on. That might be in old messages. Who's that? Thank you, man. Yeah, I gotta let the dogs. I gotta take them in. Yeah, she's saying that they don't believe her. So I don't know. Did they take you outside and talk to you privately? They're leaving again. No, they didn't. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know who Sean is. There's nothing. There's nothing else. There's nothing else you can do. I'll call you on the way to work tonight. If I don't call you, call me at like 10:15. Guys, I gotta let the dogs out. I'll let this run so that you guys can communicate, and I'll be back. Okay. All right, Milo, you win. You win, Milo. You win. You win. You win, little boy. Don't look at me like you're funny. You funny guy. Yeah. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Okay, bananas. All right. I got a headache. You know how to use it. You ready to go outside, kids? Enough playing mind games together. Let's do a little dance. Danny, Banani. Let's go. All right, Mother, that's enough. No jump on her. Danny, you two run station here. Come on, people. Smile on your brother. Everybody make it good. Danny, Banani, here, sweet sweetheart. Who loved you from the start? Who's gonna be inside? Sweetheart. You ready, bananas? Let's go. Hey, watch the pose. Watch the pose. All right. Don't take my arm off, guys. Don't take the arm off. And come on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, let's go. people now. Come on, Danny, move in. Here. Danny, banana, here. You guys ate all the steaks. Come here. Come here. All right, I'll give you cookies. Come here. I got something for you. I got prezzies. You guys both did great. It only took a little bit of bribing and pulling. Much better. Annie, banana, come here. Look what I got, Danny. Milo already had some because he's a stinker. Come here. Don't you pull on me, little boy, down. Calm down, Danny. Come here. Look at what we got. Come here. Okay, on, Milo. You're funny. High five, buddy. Kisses for mom. I want more kisses. Thank you, buddy. Come here, Danny. Come here. Come. Come on. Good girl. Sit. Sit. Good girl. High five. Good girl, Danny. Good girl. That's a good girl, Danny. Milo, she did good, huh? She did good, your sister. There you go, sweetie. You did great, Danny. Good job. You're getting better every single day, and I love you to the moon and back. Thank you, my fancy fella. Thank you. I love you to the moon and back too, Milo. You know that, right? Oh, that's enough. That's enough. All right, one more. That's it, but one more. That's it, okay? Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Sit. High five. Kisses. Sit. Sit. Here, Milo. High five. Beautiful princess. Yes. You guys did great. Thank you. You guys did great. Thank you. Yay. My guys. Yay. Oh, I still got it. Let me see what's going on. Let me see what's going on. I forgot. Let me see. I got a headache. Let me see. Is anybody still here? Is anybody still online? Are you? Does that say, are you not again? Borderline personality Barbie? That might be something. Courtney Ray, in the middle of this? Thank you. I'd be like, whoa, change channels. What's all this drama? She's this is big. Yeah. I don't, guys, I honestly, I don't know what's going on. I have given you guys. I don't remember your phone number, Allie. Milo, that's enough. I'll give you one. Okay, hang on. You have to ask nicely. You can't have both of them. One of them is going to be his. That's why I bought two. He wanted one. You got one. He's not going to be pissed. Except you're in his bed. He probably doesn't like that either. Oh, I know what he's doing. Watch what my son's doing. Whoops. It didn't work. I see. It didn't work. Here. You want this one? He just wants one. Let him have one. Holly Jolly's asking for your phone number, Allie. If she got it, she's not playing games. She didn't get it. So if you can give it to her, she's looking for it. Okay, guys, wait a minute. There's arguments happening here. This isn't going to happen. Everybody's trying. Allie, give it a fourth time. You got a lot of people here trying to help you. Okay. So there's a lot of communications going on, and people also have peripheral stuff. So if you want help, please give your phone number one more time. Guys, let's hold back from things we don't know anything about. We still, okay. Well, if you put your phone number up, we haven't seen it. We're all looking for it. So, some reason it must be getting erased because I'm looking for it too. And I just don't see it. So, nobody's playing games with you. For some reason, the phone number is not showing up if you're putting it up. Put your email, Allie. Try that. She's asking for your phone number, not for your email. But if you can't do that, yeah, it might be taking it off exactly. Fine. If you have my email address, can you please send me your phone number right now, and I will give it to Holly Jolly. I'm going to my email right now. So send me your phone number, please, because nobody's taking it off of the YouTube. We're looking for it on YouTube. Nobody's taking it off of YouTube. Okay, I'm waiting for you to email it to me. Basically, Bert, that was nice. Okay, I got the number. I'm going to send it to you right now, Holly. I got the number. I'm going to send it to her right now. All right, I just sent it to you, Holly. Just let me know that you got it. Yep, okay. It's all right. I just want you to answer the phone for Holly. Just answer the phone for her because she's calling you. It's another alarm. All right, so Holly Jolly should be calling her. I'm pretty sure that those two are on the phone together, guys. She's trying to call you. You're not answering the phone. She's trying to call you. What do you mean you don't know how to answer the phone? There's some sort of screening service on the phone. Guys, I'm gonna call you, Holly. Guys, you can keep talking amongst yourselves. I'm gonna call her, and we'll find out what's going on. But apparently this is on the up and up. I mean, I mean, that's what it seems. My biggest thing was, is it on the up and up? And nobody's just going to go to somebody's house. You're going to be crazy. You can't just go to somebody's house like that, you know? So, I mean, so I don't know how to help her. But you said that the police were there, and they went back. And what do they say about that situation? Right. 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 Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, she said that they spoke to her, but that they didn't, not that they put her outside or anything like that. I don't think that is going to make that happen if they don't do it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why people don't do this, but I mean, there might be. Who knows what the situation is? Who knows? That's the problem. So we don't actually know what the situation is, and so I don't want to overact on something that we should be careful. I mean, you know what I'm saying? My biggest thing is that. So I don't know what to say. I gotta take a shower. I have to go to work, but I'm gonna end up shutting this down because there's some arguments going on and stuff. I don't want that either. But I don't know how to help anymore. I'm on the live stream. You're on the phone, but nobody can hear you. Yeah. So all right. Yeah. All right. But I'm gonna shut it down. Check your email again. Hold on. I gotta check my email again. Can you hang on a second? Hang on, guys. Okay. All right. All right. I got the message. Hey, Holly. So if you could text her. Yeah, she wants you to text her. She knows about the screening thing, so just text her. Can you text her and just text me back and let me know that you guys are at least communicating with each other? Okay, very good. All right, I appreciate that. All right, and then I'll shut that down as soon as I know you guys are communicating with each other. All right, thank you. No, thank you. Okay, all right, bye. Bye. I did. I checked my email. I got the message. I got the message. I got the message. I got the message. It's sorted. Hang on. Pay attention to your phone. You're getting a text. This definitely didn't go how I planned it. This was a dirty trick, Dad. Of course, I'm going to continue doing live streams. Of course, I am. I might do them a little earlier, though, because I do have to take a shower. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. And here's the thing. I don't think any of us should be diagnosing anybody simply because we could get things wrong. We could trigger other people. And I saw that there was a little bit of some tension going on. Everybody was a little frustrated, and there was a bunch of angst going on. And that we need to be careful of. We need to be careful of. I did tell the clown story. My dad was in he came to my kindergarten, and he dressed as a clown, and he did a magic show, and it was all for my birthday, and I remember that. My dad was an amateur magician, so he was very interested in magic, and he always did magic. Even the coin, and it'd come out your ear. He would do that stuff, and I learned how to do that from him. I'm very good at doing that. That's the only one I'm good at is the coin. Yeah, I love my dad too. We had some problems towards the end, but we managed to get back together, and I'm very grateful for that. I wear something around my neck that was my dad's, and it's a star. It's the head of Christ, and then there's a ring that Jen gave me, and then there's the name of the pets that I've lost that are on that. And so that's what I wear. And the chain was my dad's. It's a little longer than I would like, but I'm not going to mess with it. And there's a story behind the head of Christ. So one day you ask me about that, you'll laugh. So I do need to take a shower, guys. I know I keep threatening that, but I definitely need to take a shower. Yeah. Okay, so they're texting. I'm going to shut this down. Okay, guys? I got to kind of shut it down. So Holly Jolly, as you know, is the one because you heard me call her Holly on the phone. So they're texting. Shout out to Holly Jolly because she goes beyond. And I'm grateful for that. So shout out to Holly Jolly for that. We got to do something special for her, and I don't mean lip service. I think we should do something special for her. Anyway, guys. All right, so I'm gonna take a shower. Thank you all. Thank you so much for being a part of this. I truthfully appreciate you guys. And don't forget, be better today than you were yesterday, not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. And always be kind. I love you guys, and I appreciate you. You're changing my world. And I hope I'm doing something good for you guys. All right. Say goodbye, kids. Come on, kids. All right. See you later, guys. Thanks again.